Hi, welcome back, everybody. It's been a while, but I'm here and I'm back. And this week, I'm going to start off the week as we normally do with my quote of the week. You don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. Hi, welcome, everybody. It's Jason Barlow, RMT, and I'm here today as your therapist, as your coach, to help you transform any stress, tension, and pain into health, happiness, and vitality. This is a fantastic quote that can be applied to any and all areas of your life. I know what it feels like to be stuck in that state of mind of analysis paralysis. Just making sure I say that correctly. I was looking here on my bookshelf because I used to have a piece of a wooden arrow. I remember attending a seminar a few years ago where we had a wooden arrow and we had to write on it the one obstruction, the one thing that was stopping us from moving forward in our goals, whether it was business or personal. Mine was particularly business focused at that time. And I remember writing on it, analysis paralysis. I'd get stuck, and I'm not saying that I don't still have that, but I navigate it differently and I approach it differently. Some of what I'm sharing with you today, and this is a powerful quote that helped me to do this, is that I would feel like a child in a candy store and there was so much selection and I wanted a bit of everything. But my parent was telling me, pick one. And I was feeling frozen. And it was kind of this analysis paralysis, because if you've experienced it, you're trying to analyze, oh, well, that one tastes a bit better. I love the color of that one, though. But yeah, I've had that one before and it tastes much better if you soak, just absorb. You go through this pattern of thinking where you end up then being frozen. You don't know quite what to make. And then your mom grabs you and takes you out the store and says, well, if you got to make a choice, you're leaving without. And you're like, ah. That is my description for you of what analysis paralysis feels like. And so with this wooden arrow, we used it in the method that we were taught. It was all a safety protocol. So do not try this at home, anybody. But essentially, it was to snap the wooden arrow placed here just above the sternum. And as I say, this is not something to try at home, but this was an exercise we were taught. There's a whole process involved, safety glasses, safety procedures, and so forth. And so by doing this, it was the the capture of the energy of you breaking through that pattern of mind of analysis paralysis, or whatever the case may be. Each person would write their own frustration or obstacle on their personal arrow. So I'm not imploring you to go out and get wooden arrows and make a note of all the bad habits and all, but what I want you to do is just do that in your own mind. What is it that's stopping you from achieving what you want in your health and wellness, in your financial achievements, in your business, in your personal life, in your relationships? Really start to get clear on, is it the same thing in each of those different areas of your life, or is it different for each of those areas of your life? And the clearer that we become with that, then we're starting to bring it to the surface. And then obviously it takes courage, confidence, and determination to go, you know what? I'm going to tackle that head on. And it's not necessarily to be done alone either. You have support mechanisms around you, from resources such as books, podcasts that maybe you listen to, those friends and family networks and colleagues at work that can support you. But we just got to get vocal and clear, I guess, even before we get vocal, clear on what it is, get vocal, use that channel of communication. And just remember this quote, that in order for you to be great, and whatever that is for you, right? We all have different definitions of what greatness actually appears like in our life. So you've got to get clear on what you perceive to be greatness or success, right? We're all define that very differently, and no one is necessarily better than the other. It's just what you choose to define yourself as successful. Now, if you come to me and say you are successful by eating lots of candy and refined foods and putting on weight every week, I debate and question that. But it's your own decision. If that's how you choose to live your life and that's what you choose to be is the term of success, then go for it. It's your choice. But I think for the most part, those of you listening in would probably counter that decision and that intention also. So where am I getting in particular to this is there's two fundamental obstacles that I think we all struggle with. And I say all, Maybe it is just me. Maybe you already know what I'm trying to share with you. And this is my opportunity to go, you know what? Actually, it's Jay. It's you. I sometimes feel like that when I'm doing these podcasts because I'm alone. So what are these two big obstacles? I use the one of analysis paralysis, which comes into then the global term of procrastination. Procrastination. And it's common partner in crime, if we call it that. I think it is criminal for our minds to obstruct us in this way. And ultimately, therefore, we must perceive them as enemies. And we want to work diligently with great energy and great effort on removing these obstacles. Because once we remove the procrastination, we remove the distraction, that's its counterpart, by the way, is then we could start to move forward because we have more energy and we've taken action. We go, oh, wow, I took that action. I got some feedback. I made a correction and I took more action. I got some more feedback and I made more of a correction. And we just continue that cycle over and over and over and over and over and over again till our last breath. That's what we did with our intentions as a baby. We didn't have the cognitive function to go, well, I tried walking once, but I kept falling down, so I just quit. We just persisted, right? We persisted until we attained that very goal. Maybe there it starts to help you formulate this idea of what greatness is. We set ourselves a goal, we work towards it, we keep making corrections, but we're moving gradually in that direction forevermore. We're committed and we're diligent and we're disciplined. So in my opinion, and my experience, these two states of mind, procrastination and distraction, are the most harmful. One keeps us from initiating action. We have this idea, we have this dream, we have this goal, but we keep putting it off. So that's procrastination. And the other one, then when we start the process of engaging in action, the other one, distraction, then interferes with us actually taking an action. We get pulled off our focus. Distractions come up, and they come in many forms. So we've got to learn methods to overcome these distractions, right? Concentration is number one. Then you've got to start to look at prioritization and time management. But unless we're able to concentrate our mind, it's very hard to overcome these obstacles of all these, daily problems that come up. I mean, I'm sat here by myself doing these things right now, and my distractions that might come into mind is, it's lunchtime here and I wanted to do a workout. So my mind's starting to consider those aspects of things coming up. They're already distractions. Or, if it was later in the evening, the boys are home and somebody comes around with a bloody nose, or, somebody needs to get to practice. Like, there's many forms of distraction, but what helps us to overcome those distractions, inner distractions is mind of concentration, outer distractions, in Buddhism, we say moral discipline, being a good person, right? Being well-rounded in managing when things aren't going quite the way that you wanted to, surprise distractions, and then let's call them normal everyday distractions that pull us away, right? Momentarily, we're pulled away from necessarily what we were trying to do, task at hand. The skill becomes, though, of then when we switch over and we start to give that time and attention to our loved ones, we give that time and attention to our loved ones. Because we know what that feels like if we're distracted when we're with our loved ones and we're on our gadgets or we're not paying attention, what that looks like, what that feels like. So you get a sense, I think you understand, procrastination, distraction, what they look like in your life. So how do you overcome them? Well, my go-to all the time is going to be meditation. And I'm going to be teaching a course this coming Saturday at the Buddhist Center that's in Calgary. So you can just go on the website, meditatingcalgary.org, have a look at the upcoming program for this Saturday, November 20th. It's called Breaking Bad Habits. And it's a Buddhist point of view of how to directly deal with procrastination and distraction using the tool of meditation, but using these very profound teachings that I've learned over many years. And I've applied, so I'm talking from experience. Now, you might be listening to this and go, yeah, sure. Well, again, I could describe, I'm going to pull my glasses, but imagine these these glasses for about the newest chocolate, and it's just arrived from Switzerland. Nobody in Canada has ever seen it. You've never heard of it. And I start to savor it and taste it and smell it. And I describe to you with finite detail of how delicious this is, the best chocolate I've ever tasted. How are you ever going to know what that tastes like until you get that in your hand, until you actually take that physical taste, until you devour it and you try it more than just once? It's the same with meditation. It's the same with exercise. It's the same with massage. But you must give it time. You must give it energy and the opportunity for it to actually have some rewards from you from your side. So I recommend, if you can, join me on Saturday. It doesn't matter where you are, actually, even, because we're offering it online. So if you're somewhere in the US, if you're somewhere in the UK, in Europe, doesn't matter. Just look at your time zones. It will be running at 10 o'clock Saturday morning, Mountain Standard Time. So figure that out for where you are located and join me online. There's no excuses. It's just a matter of you taking the energy. So overcome your distraction, overcome your procrastination. Come and join me on Saturday because I'm going to go deeper into this topic of overcoming bad habits from a Buddhist philosophy point of view. So once again, as far as the quote of the week for you, this is Zig Ziglar. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you found that of benefit. If you did, please take the time. Leave me a thumbs up. Leave me a review, a little comment, anything. Share it, spread it. That's all I ask. If not, and you got some benefit, then perfect. I appreciate your time. I thank you very much. And as always, remember, your muscle health is my number one priority. All of what I'm teaching here, from the mindset to the physical body to massage, is all about helping you to find balance in your life so you have a more refreshed, revitalized perspective physically, mentally, so you can carry yourself forward with confidence, courage, determination. Thank you. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.